All right, ready and action. Can we start with your name?
My name is Ashley.
Hi, my name is Jade.
My name is Greg, and
I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee.
I grew up in Northwest Florida, Pensacola. I grew up in Pensacola, Florida.
I was born at Cedars-Sinai. I'm a real LA native.
Danny idolized his brother. We adopted both boys. They were about a year and a quarter apart.
I'm a good Jewish boy from the Valley, and never planned on ending up in jail and rehab.
I feel like I had a really good relationship with my parents.
My mom had a lot of rage issues and was on welfare.
I always felt different.
I just never really felt comfortable in my own skin, and I was always seeking something externally.
I knew that something about me wasn't going to fit into what I believed Judaism and Jewish identity meant.
As I got a little older, at 13, when I went to visit my father for the first time with this family, a wife and daughters and money and food in the refrigerator, and I left that visit seriously questioning my value and feeling worthless and wondering why he never wanted to be a father to me.
So I started using when I was 14. It just got progressively worse when I got out of high school into college.
My 20s were filled with rapid fire addiction. I don't know how else to explain it.
I dabbled in drugs and I dabbled in things, but I was able to kind of white knuckle it.
I was in denial for many years. It's, you see a bottle, you see a little bit of this. You still refuse to believe that that's what's happening.
My drinking and using career can be broken into two very distinct categories, and that was before heroin and cocaine and after heroin and cocaine, and then it was a real quick nosedive into the depths.
I guess I was drinking 24 beers a day. My dad came to stay with me. He knew that it could be dangerous to detox. I really appreciated him being there for me. We both knew that I had a small window, and I had to get through that window.
A lot of people didn't talk about it. Jews, we don't have alcoholism or drug addiction in our religion, but I came to find out that's not true.
I was homeless from about 10 years. I was on the streets in the Valley, and I started using fentanyl.
August 23rd, 2015. And I had to go to him and said, "You are leaving the house out." And that was it.
Because trying to get off the streets, it's really, really hard because people are just cutthroat.
I'd woken up in bushes. I've woken up in hotels' rooms with strangers.
I got arrested 3 times in the course of a couple months.
And I was a mule for 2 years, transporting heroin from Los Angeles to Tijuana.
And I was looking at about seven years in prison.
I remember driving through the border and just being I could go to jail for a really long time if, God forbid, something happens. I just look back at that person today and it makes me really sad.
They told me that if I didn't get help, if I didn't stop using, that I was gonna die, and it didn't matter.
Can you tell me a little bit about your suicide attempts?
What do you want to know about them?
Well, what were you feeling at the time?
When I would drink, I would get so emotional. I got blackout drunk, and I climbed a construction site and I jumped off of the 3rd story.
Towards the end of my addiction, I had suffered from almost a dozen miscarriages. I felt like my life had lost all value because the one thing that I always looked forward to and the one reason I always attempted to get clean and sober is so I could be a mother.
The miracle is that he finally found himself realizing he needed help. But it had to come from him.
My dad dropped me off, and on the way there, we stopped at the store and got socks and underwear, and that was all I had. I was $60,000 in debt and really in trouble.
At this point, I was surrendered. I needed it, and I knew it. I needed help.
So how I learned about Beit Tshuva I mean, I think about it now and it's almost unbelievable. I was 20 years old. I was at a Jewish sleepaway camp, and these people came from this place called Beit. It was Carrie Newman, and she came to this group of teens to talk about a Jewish treatment center. If you ever needed help, they were there for you. And 20 years later, I desperately needed help, and I remembered there's a Jewish treatment center in LA.
I remember walking into the house and I kind of felt like a sense of ease and comfort.
Having a sense of community while being able to be truly myself. It's everything.
I just like really remember those moments of like, I'm safe. And I hadn't felt that safety in a very long time.
Not just safe from the elements, but safe within myself.
Coming to a loving community like Beit after being in jail, the healing rooms there.
Yeah, he landed on a soft bed. When they picked me up and I came, it was from day one, it was a very great experience.
The people at Beit are what really makes the place the most special.
I felt loved by people around me, and if it wasn't love yet, it was warmth.
I was able to allow my body time to heal, my mind time to heal, my spirit time to mend, and welcome a baby girl into this world on October 3rd.
The clarity and the difference between where I was right before I came into Beit Teshuvah and where I am now is insane.
If I could say something to the little girl, I would tell myself,
you can have a life that's beyond your wildest dreams.
if you can just hold on, I promise things will get better.
It's giving me friendships. It's giving me freedom to do and discover things that I love.
Here's a Southern Baptist kid from Memphis in LA at a Jewish rehab, braiding challah.
It's crazy to think that I was running drugs for the cartel, and now I'm head of marketing for all international television and film for Amazon Prime Video.
At Simchat Torah in Beit he sent us a picture. The boy who wouldn't look at us in the eyes is sending us a photograph. I treasure that photograph. He came in at Passover, freedom from addiction, and he left just after Simchat Torah. And I find meaning in that.
I know that I have value. I'm worthy of being a mom, and I feel very blessed to be a part of the community, so I am. I do get so emotional because I resisted getting help. I resisted allowing people to help me or to know all the shameful things that I've done throughout my life, and I never thought there was a way out.
And I just I'm so grateful for the roots that Beit Teshuvah laid for me.
So where do you think you would be without Beit Teshuvah?
Without Beit Teshuvah, I would be lost. My life would be very uncertain. I can't imagine my life without Beit Teshuvah.
Anytime that I wanted to go to treatment, I could never afford it, and the places available had long waiting lists.
I didn't pay anything, and I got to do so many things, and they offered me a job, and it was really, really fulfilling.
It's about giving the opportunity for another addict that doesn't have the means to get sober to be able to go to Beit Teshuvah.
I did. I worked so hard to get here, and I couldn't have done it without Beit Teshuvah. I couldn't have done it without the community.
And it feels good. Feels good.
My parents trust me, and it's mostly because of Beit Teshuvah. I can say that, yeah.
It's very overwhelming to think about where I once was and how alone I felt and how far from my truth that is now.
Okay, name and how much time do you have?
My name is Ashley.
My name is Jade.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Cody, and
I will be 3 years sober on December 23rd.
I have 3 years and 5 months sober.
And I have 8.5 years of sobriety.
I have 3.5 years clean and sober for the first time in my entire life.
Coming up on 29 years.
It was off to a rocky start, but it was a good finish.
Yay, Thomas.
Are we done?
That's it.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. Can you say cut?
Cut. Want to say it again?